Hello, today in this video, I'm going to talk about how to improve sales conversion rates. How do you improve sales conversion rates? By the end of this video, you'll not only understand what drives sales conversions, but learn actionable strategies that can actually be implemented right away to see immediate results. Stick around to transform your approach to sales and multiply your success. Have you ever wondered why some companies smash their sales targets while others struggle? What are they doing differently? Today, we're going to uncover the secrets behind those skyrocketing conversion rates and how you can apply them to your business. By first going over how a little additional upstream marketing can make all the difference. Second, how implementing a two-part sales process can really elevate those conversion rates as well. And finally, talk about why training is king. Ready? Let's go. Why is it important to go a little bit upstream before the sales process to work on the marketing funnel? Well, they say the better that you market, the less you have to sell. And I really believe that. Some of the best converting offers I've ever seen come through some of the best, most thought out marketing funnels out there that have a step-by-step process that if they do this, and they do this, and they do this, we know eventually on the back end what sales will be. How do you improve the marketing funnel in the first place? Well, I think it starts out by just asking the simple question, what else could I do to make this even better? What small steps can I get the customer to take at this point to enhance or improve their experience or help them become more familiar with the company, product, or service? I remember early on, we started generating our own leads in a sales organization that I was part of, and we started to grow pretty quickly. And we knew that if we were going to go to the next level, that creating our own leads was going to be crucial. Now, we didn't have a brand that people would recognize, so we worked with well-known brands out there, but we took all the workload off of them where we created the leads for them. We just used their name to help market so we could have their recognition behind the marketing offers that we're putting out. And as we put these marketing offers out there through email marketing and other marketing, this is before the days of social media marketing, we would get a lot of buyer leads into our office. And we started thinking, the buyer leads are good, but could they be better? What else could we do as an organization to improve these leads? And one thing came to mind, if we could somehow, some way, get these leads that are buyer leads to fill out even a little consultation. Maybe it was a way to get them to raise their hand to say that they were the most serious. And we did just that. We said, listen, to get your name put at the top of the line essentially, and we did it in a little bit more tactful way, but if you can fill out these questions and answer them, we'll have somebody call you right away. We started attaching what we called a consultation to these buyer leads and called those combo leads. And seeing the conversion on those, we saw conversions almost 2 times a buyer lead from a buyer consultation or a combo lead just by adding a little questionnaire that got them thinking about why they were excited about what they bought. So going upstream to add something else to that marketing funnel that can help these individuals become more familiar or more excited about what they bought or the organization is going to improve those leads and conversion rates 100-fold. So how in the sales process can you improve conversion rates? Now, obviously, one of the best ways to improve conversion rates is to have your best sales reps on your best leads and your best sales reps doing most of the sales. But it's virtually impossible if you have enough leads to take care of an entire sales organization, to have your best sales reps dial all those leads is impossible. However, if you look at a sales floor like a sales or marketing funnel, and you could funnel some of those leads or most of those leads to your best sales reps, wouldn't that be a great way to do it? It absolutely would be, and that's one of the reasons why that 2-part sales process is so important. So what is a 2-part sales process? It's definitely not something new. It's actually been around for quite some time. From the private equity arena to car sales to phone sales, it has been around. So here's what it is. It's that first point of contact, that first consultant, that first setter, that prober who will call the individual. He'll make all the contacts. He'll reach out. Once he or she gets a hold of that person, they're going through the basic part of the sales process, which is finding out a little bit about them, who they are, what they currently do for a living, what some of their goals and dreams are, and helps them make some commitments before they get moved to the program director. And by doing that, you have most of the setters, the consultants that are taking most of the leads, and they're funneling these to some of your best closers. But they've got to make sure that they go through that entire script process to move them on to the closer at that point. And we built an entire organization strictly off of this model. When we first got started, it was every person by themselves. They were on the phone and they were closing the sale from start to finish. And don't get me wrong, that's not a bad model, right? If the leads are really good leads and they convert at a really high level, having somebody take them from start to finish might actually be the best model for that scenario. But if you've got a lot of leads and they vary in quality, this is definitely the way to go. And we were introduced to this process and everything changed in our organization because the type of leads we got, they did vary from buyer leads leads to consult leads to combo leads, and obviously the very best leads we could get to our best reps, but funneling all those through a group of setters to our closers made all the difference in the world. So if you've implemented both of these strategies, if you've improved things from the marketing funnel upstream, and you've implemented potentially a two-part sales process, so you're actually funneling all the potential sales calls to your best sales reps, what else can you do? Well, one of the most surefire ways to improve sales skills and conversion rates and to enhance sales energy is through training. But it can't just be random trainings. It has to be systematic trainings that are specific for the groups that you're working with. There's got to be training for newer reps, and there's more consistent and more frequent trainings for the new sales reps. There's training for consultants and setters. Those are the ones that are taking those initial calls. What can they do to enhance and improve that experience? There's training for closers. What can they do? What things can they say? How can they enhance their confidence in what they do with their job? There's training for team leaders and managers. How can they improve their teams and make their teams feel more cohesive and energetic and perform at a great level as a team unit? And by doing so, you're going to level up the whole entire organization. If you're training from the new hires to the setters to the closers to the team leaders, you are leveling these individuals up. And also, if there's certain sales reps that are hitting certain levels and you have trainings for those individuals, that's another way to level up the entire organization. I remember early on in our organization, we were doing really good at the new hire sales training, but we soon realized that everybody needs sales training. Sales training wasn't something that you just hung your hat on, did a few times, and you're done with. That's not something you need to do beyond the initial training process hiring phase. You needed to do it continuously forever, right? So we started implementing these different types of trainings for the individuals, from that consultant level to the closer level to the team leader level. And then we even implemented a few more. If you hit below a certain dollar amount in that previous week, the following week you'd enter into this training. If you hit above that, you'd enter into a different training. There was a little bit more of a build up and excitement and energy. You wanted to go to that training, right? There was a little bit more incentive to go to that training because it meant you had a different level, and the sales training there was actually a little bit more focused and higher skill set. So by doing these things, we saw our entire organization really build and blossom and just break new records every single week, every single month, until we got to an organization that was doing almost $50 million a year in annual sales. Now, these are some things that we've done in our organization that I've seen work really well to improve conversion rates, but I'd be really interested to see what you do now or what you've done in the past to do that. So please comment below. Let's engage in a dialogue. And as always, just for stopping by and watch my video, I've got a 10-part sales training module course for you. It's called Sales and Persuasion. I've used it for all of my sales teams, and it's something we've refined over the years that I feel is really, really good. All you got to do is click on the link below, aaronsSalesTraining.com. There's no obligation. Download it. It's yours. Once again, thanks for stopping by. Have an amazing day.